So today our topic is about addition and subtraction involving negative numbers. So we have to study how can we add or subtract the negative numbers. First of all, we have a for rule which can be used in addition or subtraction of two values. The first one is when we have two numbers and they both have the same signs. Here 3 has plus sign and 8 has plus sign. When the signs are same, we just add the following values. So 3 plus 8 will be 11 and the sign will be written as the same because both have plus sign, so here will be plus sign. And then another one which is same as the first one, but here the signs are minus signs, and we can see that both the values have same signs. So when we have same signs, we are just going to add the values. So 3 plus 8 will be 11 again. Since both of them have minus sign, so we are going to put minus 11. And then in part 3 we have when the both values have different signs. Here 3 has plus sign and 8 has minus sign. When the signs are different, we are just going to subtract the smaller number from the greater number. So 8 minus 3 will be 5, and with the answer we are going to write the sign of the greater number. Here we can see that 8 is greater than 3, so 8 has minus sign. The minus will be written with 5 as well. And then in part 4 we again have different signs. Here 8 has plus sign and 3 has minus sign, so we are going to subtract the smaller number from the greater number. So 8 minus 3 is 5, and with the answer we are going to write the sign of the greater number. So here greater number is 8, so 8 has plus sign, we are going to write plus 5. These four rules are the basic rules of addition and subtraction of two numbers with either same sign or different signs. And then we have another topic which is multiplication of signs. In this part we are going to find out how we can multiply the signs. First of all, here we have plus and plus. We are going to multiply these two plus signs, and when plus sign is multiplied by plus sign, we are going to get plus sign. And in part 2, when we multiply minus sign with minus sign, we again get a plus sign. And here these two brackets shows the multiplication. And in part 3, when we multiply a positive sign and a negative sign, we are going to end up with a negative sign. And the same goes for the part 4. When we multiply minus sign with a positive sign, we again get a minus sign. We can take an example of these. Like, let's just take the first one, plus 3 multiplied by plus 5. So first of all, we are going to multiply the signs. Plus into plus, according to this rule, is plus, and then 3 times 5 is 15. And then an example of the second part, where we have minus 3 multiplied by minus 5. So first of all, we are going to multiply the signs. Here minus times minus will be plus, and 3 5s are 15. And then an example for the third part, where we choose plus 3 and minus 5. So first of all, we have to multiply the signs of these two, and the multiplication of the sign is done according to these four rules. So plus times minus is minus, so we are going to write minus because plus into minus is minus, and 3 times 5 is 15. And then for the part 4, we will get minus 3 times plus 5. So first of all, we have to multiply the signs. So minus into plus will be minus, so here we will write minus, and 3 times 5 is 15. So this is how we multiply the signs. But when we multiply the sign, it is not necessary that we put the greater sign or the sign of the greater value. Here we just have to multiply the signs according to these four rules. And when we have no multiplication, here we can see there is no multiplication, here also, and here also. So we just have to add and subtract this value according to their own rule, which were, if we have the same signs, we are just going to add the values and write that sign plus. And in part 2, again we have both same signs, so we just have to add 8 plus 3, which is 11, and we have to write the same sign that both of them have, so minus. And in part 3, when we have different sign, what we will do, here 3 is positive and 8 has negative sign, so we just have to subtract the smaller number from the greater number. So 8 minus 3 will be 5, and with the answer we have to write the sign of the greater value. So here 8 is the greater value, it has a minus sign, so minus is written with the answer. And in part 4, again we have two different signs, so we are just going to subtract the smaller value from the greater value. So 8 minus 3 will be 5, and with the answer we are going to write the sign of the greater value. Here 8 is the greater value and it has plus sign, so plus sign will come with the answer. These techniques will be used in the exercise 2b, which we are going to solve. Exercise 2b, question number 1. Find the value of each of the following. So we just have to find the values of these problems. In part 1, we have 6 plus times minus 2. So in this part, we just have to multiply this plus sign with the minus sign, because here we can see the bracket and bracket shows multiplication. So we just have to multiply these both signs, and this both sign will be multiplied with this case, because plus times minus is minus. So here plus times minus will be minus, so we can write it 6 minus 2, and then here 6 has a plus sign and 2 has a minus sign. When both of the value have different signs, we just have to subtract the smaller value from the greater value. So 6 minus 2 will be 4, and with the answer we are going to write the sign of the greater value. Here the greater value is 6, which has a plus, so the answer will be plus 4. And then in part B, we have two values where both of their signs are different, so we just have to subtract the smaller value from the greater value. So 8 minus 5 is 3, and with the answer we are going to write the sign of the greater value. Here 8 is the greater value and it has a positive sign, so the answer will be positive 3. And then in part C, we have 4 plus times minus 10. Again we have seen that plus times minus will be minus, because here plus times minus was minus, so we can write that 4 minus 10 equals to, here both of the values have different sign, so we just have to subtract the smaller value from the greater value. So 10 minus 4 is 6, and we are going to write the sign of the greater value. The greater value was 10, which has a negative sign, so negative 6 is our answer for part C. And then in part D, we have minus 1 plus times minus 7. So here plus times minus will be minus 7, and here both of the values have same sign. When both of the value have same sign, we just add the values. So 1 plus 7 is 8, and we are going to write the minus sign as it is. And then in part E, we have 9 plus times minus 3. So 9 plus times minus will be minus, and 3 equals to, here 9 have a positive sign, 3 has a negative sign. So 9 minus 3 will be 6, and with the answer we are going to write the sign of the greater value, which is 9, so positive 6. And then in part F, we have minus 11 plus times minus 5. So plus times minus will be minus 5. Here both of the values have same sign, we just going to add the values. 11 plus 5 is 16, and we are going to write the minus sign as it is. And then we have minus 10 plus 2. Here both of them have opposite signs, so we are going to just subtract the smaller value from the greater value. So 10 minus 2 will be 8, and we are going to write the sign of the greater value. Here the greater value is minus 10, so here will be minus. And then in part H, we have 1 plus times minus 8, which will be equal to 1 minus 8, because plus times minus is minus, and here 1 have a positive sign. Since these two values have different sign, we are just going to subtract the smaller from the greater. So 8 minus 1 will be 7, and with the answer we are going to write the sign of the greater value. Here 8 is the greater value and it has a minus sign, so there will be minus 7, which is our answer. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe the channel, like the video and share the video.